Hello there fellows, as many of you know, the Game Theorist's latest video stated that you play as the victim of the bite of 87. Truthfully, it came off as quite arrogant, considering the amount of evidence that had been cited when MadPat claimed that Scott Cawthon just didn't do enough research. But this video was proven wrong by Scott Cawthon himself through these comments. It was a good video, MadPat, I always enjoy them. Unfortunately, as more clever viewers are pointing out in the comments below, you overlooked a crucial detail in the game. Game Theory had stated that victim of frontal lobe damage would not be able to register that kind of fear and concentration that your character in-game displays. But as the community is starting to figure out, you may not be playing as the bite victim at all, but actually his older brother, guilt-ridden and traumatized by his own actions. There are multiple aspects within the game that shed light on this concept and make it extremely plausible. In the description written that you're playing as a kid, at the game the brother is from 13 to 16 years old. More likely 13, because I can't believe that someone 16 years old will be so freaking stupid, it's just unbelievable. The room you play in is clearly different from the little boy's room you see in the minigames. First of all, the in-game room opens up into two hallways, both of which are not shown in the minigames. The in-game room does not lead into the hallway with a grandfather clock. Additionally, most aspects of the two rooms don't match. While the floors in one room are checkered, in another room it's plain. The selection of toys are different, as well as the arrangement of the furniture. We never got to see the in-game room in the minigames, and we don't get to see the room to the left of the living room area. As we know, the older brother feels remorse for his actions, and he apologizes to the victim of the bite before he dies in the post-Night 6 minigame. In an Easter egg throughout the game you can see flowers, pills and an ivy bag. Your character's older brother, upon looking at his own bed in his nightmares, sees iconic items commonly found at the side table of a hospital bed. The older brother of the victim is plagued with guilt, and now he sees the animatronics as terrifying, nightmarish versions of themselves. Because of the blame and guilt, the brother sees animatronics much more deadly and scary than they were, to help cope with the fact that he and his friends were the whole cause of his younger brother's death. One of the biggest points is in the trailer, the phrase "What have you brought home?" Many speculated that at first that this meant plush trap and the evil that it brought to your home. But now, with the new information, we can now shift the focus to the big brother's mindset. He brought home his guilt and trauma, he brought home death. The guilt overcomes the big brother and it makes him hallucinate about the demons he made, the animatronics out to be there, and they attack him in his head throughout the nights. But to him, they are far more real than hallucinations. The line "What game do you think you're playing?" also seems to address the older brother, who, throughout the course of the minigame, seemed to be always be playing a sick game of hide and seek. Everything to him had seemed like a game, up until his little brother had gone limp in the jaws of Fredbear. This would also provide an explanation for the nightmare animatronic we see. Nightmare is the embodiment of his fears and regret for causing the bite, and Fredbear was an iconic tool in what he and his friends did to his little brother. Fredbear appears before him, horrifying, transparent like a shadow, with a prominent frontal lobe, attacking him just like the guilt he endures every night because of his actions. So yeah guys, that's all today, hope you enjoyed and see you later. Bye bye!